Hello and welcome to Digitals in Gaming. I am Syntosis and this is another episode of TNP Limitless 5. Okay, so I had a bit of an issue with the quarry. It kept stopping. Now, there are certain ores in the game that the builders or the pack makers essentially say you can't mine with a builder. Okay, so there's certain ones. There is this button here. Don't wait on a position if the operation is not possible. So if that's ticked, you can see the little dots underneath and it's slightly coloured. If that is ticked, if it hits something that it can't mine, it will wait. Just sit there and wait. So untick it. There we go. Now it will carry on and ignore it. Alright, we'll have to try and go and find them. But you know what? Right now, we haven't got to the point where we need that stuff. So, yeah, whatever. So that is how I can get the quarries to keep going. Now, obviously, there is an issue with power. But if we go and have a look at the quarries now, yay, they're going for it. Which is awesome. Now, there is no bloody power in here. We need power. Like, proper. It's always power. Let's go and have a look at this thing over here. Right, this thing should be... It's not kicking out any power. Am I using the wrong one? Again. Provides adjacent to the blocks. It's a plug that receives energy, and this is a point, damn it! I need a plug. So yeah, it was my fault all along. Again. Provides energy, no, I need a plug. Plug it into the network. Plug it into the network. That's... so confusing. Oh, now you're happy. Holy crap, now you are happy. Right, okay. You're good to go. Go do your shit. Like, I mean, we're so cool on power right now. We're good. Alright, so we've got the nitro going here, which is almost 500,000 FE a tick, which is absolutely brilliant. At the moment, we're not under a lot, so we're good. Yeah, 29 degrees C. We've got water. We've got everything, so we should be kind of cool. Now, all of these machines have been upgraded, so they've got the speed and energy in. Obviously, the quarry is now going, so occasionally we'll get sulfur come through here, and then it will go and do its own good stuff, and it will follow all this crap and go all the way around here, and then we ultimately end up with hydrofluoric acid, which is exactly what we wanted in the first place. So that's cool. Chemical infuser. I can't remember what we were going to do with this one. Oh yeah, that's right. Hydrochloric acid. Hydrofluoric acid. So we got our hydrofluoric acid, which is here. We now need to use that. We need uranium oxide, and we need to get that through a chemical oxidizer. And that's what we're going to do now. Okay, so I've waited a little while to get some more hydrofluoric acid. We've got that. So now the next thing is, obviously, we take the hydrofluoric acid. So let's have a look at this. We've been through this before a few times now. So we've got our hydrofluoric acid. Right-click on there, and we get hydrofluoric acid, uranium hexafluoride, and uranium oxide. So we need uranium oxide, in which case we need a chemical oxidizer to basically oxidize this yellow cake uranium. Now, to get this yellow cake uranium, we need an enrichment chamber. We can go factory on this, which I'm pretty sure I already built. I think I've got those in this system, and we can go down the factory route, and that will do uranium ingots to yellow cake. We're not going to use uranium for very much else. At least I don't think we are, so I think we're going to use quite a bit of that uranium. So actually, let's go and have a look at ultimate. Oh cool, I already built one. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to stick this down. So this bit here, obviously the chemical oxidizer is where this stuff is going to go. So we're going to stick this thing level here, though, like so. We are going to dig into the floor. We're going to get that sorted, and we're also going to dig into the floor here because we need to put an exporter on this thing, like so. And we need some cables, so we'll throw some cables in the floor. We'll go and hook this up in a moment. We obviously want some power on this thing, so let's get the power hooked up to the front like we can. I mean, I could just steal it from there, but I think it looks better going from the front. Plus, we can go higher then as well. So what we're going to do is we are going to literally just turn everything off, and we're going to input from the left, and we're going to output to the back, because, or no, actually, we're going to output to the right. So we're going to output here, and we're going to put our importer on this. So let's get our importer, because we're going to import these into the system, because this, I'm pretty sure, is going to process things a lot quicker than that thing there could possibly do. I think we're going to be going mad with it. So let's get this hooked up as well. And then we obviously need the power, so we'll put the cable there, and we'll get some, no, that's gases, we don't want gases, we want power, so let's hook up the power as well. There we go. Right, let's go fix the floor. So what we want to do is we want to try and use as much uranium as possible, just to get all that hooked up, which would be good. Power can come across, and then actually we could probably do that. There we go. Perfect. Right, so they're all hooked up power-wise. Now we need... where am I coming from? I'm coming from that way. Would ultimately like to take that one over there and bring it over here. That would be kind of cool. We've got enough cables, so we could hook these guys up here and then come down and across. And I think, where are we? We're over there. So if we go this way, we'll come down and across, you know. It's not ideal, but I genuinely am not really that bothered about this, what it looks down, like down here. Just as long as it works, I really generally don't care. I'm not going to be coming down here that often anyway once this is all hooked up. So, you know, a little bit of bad wiring is not really gonna make that much of an issue. So we've got this thing here. We will more than likely need some upgrades in that, so we are going to get those upgrades straight away, because there's no way that we're going to be able to keep up with the amount of crap that we need if we do not have the upgrades to do it. So we're definitely going to need another stack upgrade, and that's going on the importer as well as the exporter. So we're going to do that, and then on the exporter, we're going to do exactly the same thing. And what we need is our uranium. What we're going to do first, though, is we're going to put this to auto sort, and we're going to get our upgrades now. How many do we need? You know what? Let's just go 64 and 64. We're going to need some more anyway, so we might as well just overkill it now. We've turned on auto sort. So what auto sort does is if one stack comes in here, it will just spread across and be processed in multiple lanes, rather than just go into one stack here and then just process to this one. So obviously spreading it out across the multiple is where the factory becomes really, really good. And it allows us then to process a lot more ore than we normally, or a lot more items, should I say, because it might not just be ore, but a lot more items than we normally would. So yeah, okay, so the two items that we're still waiting, what are we waiting for? Oh, are they still... What are we missing? Oh, okay. So the osmium dust is being smelted. Oh, hang on. That might be up here. Yeah, there we are. Oh, okay, so it's doing sand at the moment. Alright, okay. That's the reason. We need to, I think, split out these furnaces. We've got a lot of items that are actually trying to use. And don't get me wrong, they are quick, but it would be nice to have a couple more, just to split those out so that we can process a whole bunch faster. And I think this is what the issue that we've got, is it's just not fast enough to process multi-items. I mean, like, we're processing a couple of hundred here. And don't get me wrong, you know, fraction of a second, well, just less than a second. But if we had 10 of these, we could be processing the osmium and the glass and the, you know, the items that we need without actually worrying. So, yeah, probably. In fact, actually, if I take 32 out of there and put them in there, will that help? Should do. Oh, okay. Well, there's even more. I'll take some downstairs. Because there's a nice furnace over here that we can just do that with. That should still count towards the total. Yeah, there we go. So, processing. Right, so now we're processing the infused alloy. So yeah, I mean, this is a recipe on its own. So that's kind of cool. Right, so we're still processing. What's this one? Gold dust, really? Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, well, we're still processing, so... Right, that's gone back to uranium. Right, we've processed all that. We're processing some more of that, so that's cool. So we should have at least some of the upgrades available. There we go. So we're not doing too bad. We'll get 8 of the other ones, and we'll just go downstairs with them. Well, actually, we need 3 lots of those. We'll get the rest of them when we're downstairs, though, because if we can put the speed upgrades in, that'll be fine. We can always hook this machine up then, because the power requirements are not too bad. Right, these ones get the upgrades too. And then let's see if we've got any more upgrades. There we go, power upgrades or energy upgrades. So we can now put the energy upgrade in here and hook this little guy up. So put that in the exporter, and then what that should do is, there you go. So you see, so this is output blue, right, auto eject. Come on, you can do it. Wow, it's just... Is that even hooked up? No, that's why it's not working. Oops. No, go down. Go down! Go down. There we go. We need a cable, please. And where are we? We're here, so let's hook that. And we're just going to go round the corner. We've got enough cables, so we don't really need to go under again. We can just go round. Right, let's go up here, and then we should see now. Yeah, there we go. That's so cool. Right, so as you can see, we're now literally just waiting on the actual processing itself rather than that. So this is where I'd like to get to. Now, there are other factories, obviously, for smelting that we can do that with. And if we get a whole bunch of those downstairs, then we can literally just smelt so much stuff. So imagine that we needed 160 odd whatever. If we had 2 stacks of them, they're split across all of these factory lines. I mean, and then it will auto, you know, sorts itself out. I mean, we would process stuff a hell of a lot faster. So I think what I'm gonna do is upgrade these furnaces to those, just purely and simply because it makes a lot more sense. However, what I do need to do is grab some yellow cake, and we're going to shove that in there, and we're going to shove that in there, and what we're going to do is start processing. So for the moment, I think this is it going to keep up? I don't know, is the honest answer. I think getting some of these would probably be a better idea. just to give us a little bit more speed. And obviously we don't need that one, but we do need 2 more upgrades, and this is for the energy. So let's get these energy upgrades in, and then we won't forget that we didn't put them in. As you can see, this is pretty quick, and that's gas because it's oxide, so it's a gas. So chemical tanks, are they gas? I can't remember. I think so. Never remember. Doesn't matter how many times I play this game, I still never remember. Right, so these have quite a lot of storage, so in themselves, which is kind of cool. So they will be good. Right, let's put these ultimate tanks down here, 2 and 3, and we'll configure them exactly the same way that we've been configuring all the other ones, and that is front, back, and then front, back, and then this one will be our one that we use, so front and back. So basically the chemicals will travel through these 2 and get to the end one there. There we go, and we're getting a decent amount there. So we've now got one and the other, so we've got now both of the inputs, and we're going to go, like I said, we're going to go down that way. In fact, actually we could probably go back that way, but we're going to go that way. So now we've got the 2 inputs that we actually need. We can get rid of some of this. Don't need it. I'd like to keep that. In fact, actually, we'll keep those 2. Right, so now we've got those items, we will use the isotopic centrifuges to basically process them. And what we're going to do is we're going to come from here and here. So actually, I'm going to go there, right? And we're going to use 2 of these. So we can't put them side by side because we need stuff to come out. So we're going to pump it in the front. Are we going to pump it in the front? No, we're not going to pump it in the front because we're not that stupid. We're going to pump it. Or are we? We can come down this way and that way and... Oh, actually, yeah, we'll do that instead. So we'll definitely give it power. So let's get the power hooked up so that we can just go downstairs and do that. We are going to need some more power cables. So before I even bother trying to go and hook it up downstairs, we're going to get some more power cables on the go. Universal cables and 64. There we go. Cool. All right, so that will be good. We will then have our fluids, gases. There we are. So the gases, so it comes out of here and it will go into here. That's not going to work, is it? Because I need it to go into both. How am I going to do this? You know what? We are going to do it the other way. So we're going to break this cable, and we're going to break this machine, and we're going to put this machine here. And this cable then disappears. We'll break that one and break that one, and we'll put the power in each line. So that goes underneath. We need a block, so we'll put that back. Right, so now the ultimate pressurized tube. So we've got 2 ways of doing this, really. We need it to touch both, right? We need it to touch both. So one goes down there, and then one can go across, maybe, or one can come down. I think one can come down. I think that would probably be... So if that joins... So if this one joins these 2... Isotopic centrifuge. Oh, okay. This isn't what I need right now. This is because I haven't built the fissile fuel. I need the other stuff first. Or I need the other stuff to make it into fissile fuel. This is what happens when I get confused again. Okay, so let's put everything back as it was. I can't do anything about this cable because if I break it, I lose it. So I'm not going to break it, but what I am going to do is go and check what we do when we've got uranium hexafluoride, which is, I think, this yellow one, isn't it? Uranium oxide. Oh no, it's uranium oxide, and then it goes into uranium hexafluoride, which is hydrofluoric acid plus uranium oxide. So chemical infuser. So we need a couple of chemical infusers. Yeah, hydrofluoric. So a couple of chemical infusers, which we can put here. Aha, that's even better. Right, so we've got that thing there. So we can put power. So we'll go in this side. And we can go that way. And then we'll put power coming up here. We'll put the chemical infuser. Is that right? Hexafluoride chemical infuser. Yep, perfect. So we'll put the chemical infuser here. That will then feed this one. And when we hook up this, it will feed that one. So now we've got both of our items and we've got uranium hexafluoride. Perfect. Okay, so if I'm outputting this, I'm outputting it from the back. So it's going that way. I'm not going to muck around. It's just going to go out the back. So uranium hexafluoride is what? What is it? Is it a liquid? Is it... Hang on, we can tell, can't we? If we go here, it's a gas. Okay, so it's a gas. No, it's not a gas. It's a fluid. Is it a fluid? Who knows? Item, fluid, universal, ultimate, mechanical. It's not fluid. What is it then? Uranium hexafluoride. Output blue. Oh, output blue. Gas. Hexafluoride. Gas. Okay, so that's cool. So we need some more ultimate. The only reason that I'm using these ultimate chemical tanks in such quantity is literally because it gives us that buffer. And I like having the buffer. So it's, you know, it's nice to have. So we got this. We'll put that as an input and that as an output, and then kill all the rest. So we've got 800 there, which is kind of cool. Right, let's go and get some power. We're going to need some power. We'll probably get another one of these. So I'm going to put the power up for it anyway. Let's go downstairs and hook up the power. And I'm pretty sure I put an elevator over in that corner, didn't I? Yeah, there we are. I've got an elevator there already. So there's the power for this, and we'll just go straight across with it. Perfect, hooked up, and then we'll go back upstairs. Right, so remember, it's the other side of that. Right, so we're good here. This has got constant power. This is now going up, as you can see. Kind of nice. So we're going to put 2 more of those here. So we'll go ultimate. They're still crafting. So we know that we're going to put 2 here, so it'll be there and there. And then whatever comes out will be there. Now, uranium hexafluoride. Uranium hexafluoride is here. And what we're going to do... that's it. That goes into the isotopics. And then it produces fissile fuel. So, what we can do is we can expand this. And we can put our 2... isotopics in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the power in the floor, because I'm not stupid. So I'm going to put the power there, and I'm going to get rid of the ultimate universal cables because that was stupid. And we're going to put these cables, which is pressurized tubes. So pressurized tubes, there we go, and we're going to put those in front. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to load this one up. Obviously when the other ones have been, we'll get that one, and then that one will feed into here. The isotopic centrifuges will be here. They will be being fed by this stuff, and then they will feed their crap out the back. And then if we want to, we can expand it sideways. Now, what is out the back? Gases again? Okay, so that's out the back. Okay. So if that's gas, we want pressurized tube. Yeah, there we go. And then we want some more cans that way. So this will work, I think. We need some upgrades in this thing, I think. Yeah, so we need some upgrades. But I made some. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Get this stuff in. There we go. Speed upgrades as well as power upgrades. So let's pull all those down so that we can get them in. There we go. 1 lot, 2 lots. We'll do exactly the same thing for these things just to make them super efficient. Considering we've got the, you know, we've got all the resources to do it, so why the hell not just go max straight away? Right, now we need the ultimate. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what we need. So we're going to put 1 here and 1 here. This one is literally going to be input and output, and then just kill off the rest. And then the middle one, exactly the same deal. This is going to be output, this is going to be input, input, and then we kill off the rest. And then what should happen is that feeds into here, which feeds into here, which feeds into here, which feeds into here. Is the idea. There's uranium hexafluoride. This thing is not accepting uranium hexafluoride. That's because the output is there and the input is there. So the other way around. There we go. Now we need to do this one, which is gases, and we need output on the back, input in the front. Oh, hang on. Because that didn't look like it was red. There we go. Red. There we go. So now we just need power. So let's go back over to here where we've definitely got a elevator. Right, now we've got universal cables going to here, so we can just down and then across. Boom. Okay, they should start working. Once they're working, there we go, look at that. We've got fissile fuel. Fissile fuel is a gas, so we can do 1, 2, and 3 chemical tanks. Exactly the same deal. Front, back. So that's back, that's front. Get rid of those. This one here. Get rid of those. Perfect. Okay, so now that should be filling up with fissile fuel, as you can see. Okay, so now we've got fissile fuel production. We have to build a reactor. But that's next episode. I'm not getting into this now, this whole thing of build a reactor and all this kind of crap, and you know, yeah, it's not happening. Right, so we'll run out of this, which is not unexpected. We seem to have an issue in finding sulfur at the moment, so as soon as we can fix that little problem, and I don't know how we're going to fix that yet, but we will fix it at some point. Then our problems will disappear. We've got plenty of uranium oxide, obviously. I don't know how well. There we go. We've already exhausted our entire uranium supply. Yellow cake, we've got 6.6 thousand. So sulfur, pretty sure we're out of everything. Perfect. Okay. One thing that we do need to do is get another sulfur supply. We just don't know how that would be best to do, to be honest. Bees, maybe. What else have we got in here? Crystallizer, sulfur dust, no. Pure sulfur trunk, okay, no. I suppose we could pulverize some stuff, but I don't think we've got enough to do it. That's coal ore. Induction smelter. Again, don't know if we've got enough to do that. Sulfur dust. That's interesting. We could get sulfur essence. That is interesting, actually. Because sulfur essence is a seed. So if we use a sulfur seed, so we need 4 sulfur and prudentium. That we can do. We just need some sulfur. So let's get, that's yellow cake. That's not going to work. Let's break that. And the reason I'm breaking that is so that we can, as soon as we get some sulfur, it will stay in the system. There we go. And that's all we need. We just need 4. Perfect. And then what we can do is we can recombine that, and then everybody's happy. Right, so we've got our sulfur there. We're going to go and make a seed. So if we do a seed, we need 1 of the prosperity shards, and then we need to go upstairs, and we need to have a look at this thing. Okay, this thing is still working quite well. Prudentium is the one that I need. So Prudentium then goes to Tertium. So if I take Tertium, I'll get 8 Prudentium. There we go. And I only need 4, so I can put the rest of them back in there. And that's all good. Right, so let's go outside and get our seed. And then what I'll do is between episodes, I will get everything set up so that it will be on the hydroponics. So I'll add it to the hydroponic system so that we can just, you know, keep generating sulfur. That will be quite cool. Right. This should give us our seed. Like so. Perfect. Now we got our sulfur seed. Right, so sulfur seed will go on the hydroponics bay. What are we looking like for all the other stuff? We're looking good for emeralds and diamonds, right? What about emeralds? I think we've got tons. We have. What about diamonds? We've got 6. So diamonds is a real sticking point for us at the moment because I keep using them. But yeah, that'll eventually speed up. Let's go over here and go down and then go over here. I'm loath to remove this one, but for the moment we need this more than we need anything else. So that is what I'm going to take, and then I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to show you exactly what I do. Obviously you've seen this before, so it's not a massive issue, but what I will do is go to this one and click on new recipe, double click it. I then put 3 sulfur in there, and up comes that, and I apply it, so it will produce 8 sulfur dust, and it will go into here. And then on the exporter, I will put sulfur dust in there so that it comes into the system here. So whenever this gets made, as you can see, we've got 2 now. So whenever we get another sulfur dust, that will then just, there we go, boom, boom. Export it out. We got 3. It produced 8. There we go. I don't know why that is not. There we go. So yeah, okay, we've got sulfur, we've got that. So sulfur should be quite good. That should help us in the system. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we're in a pretty decent place at the moment. We've got fissile fuel going. So, alright, we don't have as much sulfur as I would like. But there are still things processing, so I'm quite happy with that. And it's not like, you know, this thing will process as soon as it gets more sulfur stuff. So, yeah, that's cool. However, 1.4 million fissile fuel, I'm happy with that. If we can make a reactor, even just a small one, just to produce some bits and pieces, we should be good. Because I'd like to produce some polonium, so we're going to need a reactor at some point. I don't really want a massive one, I just want a small one, and then we can process what we can and get that one sorted. Let's have a look at the power. Power's good. Power is good. Yeah, we're all good at the moment. So that is the end of this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. Channel's growing quite nicely, and I must admit, thank you everybody for subscribing and for liking the videos, and the people that make comments. Genuinely, thank you. It's kind of nice sometimes when you look at it and think, oh, actually, yeah, we could probably go down that route at some point. So yeah, we probably will. But yeah, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Synthesis. You've been awesome. Latest.